There's a war going on, not out there, in here, inside your mind. Every morning, the moment your eyes open, the battle begins. The question is, will you be the conqueror or the conquered? Life doesn't hand out medals for showing up. It rewards the ones who fight, the ones who claw their way through the noise, through the pain, through the storms, refusing to back down, refusing to break. And that fight? It starts with your decision. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now. This is your wake-up call. That voice you've been ignoring, the one that tells you to get up, push harder, do more, it's not a nuisance. It's your soul demanding more from you, begging you to rise, to unleash the version of yourself that you keep locked away under excuses and fear. Excuses are the chains. Fear is the prison, and you are the only one who holds the key. You say you want success? Then prepare to suffer. You say you want greatness? Then embrace discomfort. Because the truth is, nothing extraordinary comes from convenience. Growth isn't found in comfort, it's forged in fire. You weren't born to be average. That restless energy inside you, that's not frustration, that's potential, screaming to be unleashed. So stop waiting. Stop watching others live the life you want. Get up, get out, get after it. Let your actions speak so loud the world has no choice but to take notice. You want change? Then be the change. Get uncomfortable. Get obsessed. Get relentless. Because the life you dream of doesn't respond to hope. It responds to hustle. You think you've hit your limit? Think again. What you call your breaking point is just the edge of your comfort zone. That burning in your lungs, the shake in your legs, the doubt in your mind, that's not weakness. That's the threshold. And most people, they turn back right there. They quit right there. But not you. You weren't built to stop at the line. You were born to cross it. Limits are lies. They're illusions designed by fear and enforced by society. But every time you push past one, every time you step into pain and keep going, you tear those lies apart. You create a new version of yourself, stronger, sharper, unstoppable. Remember, you're not competing with the world. You're competing with your old self, the one who made excuses, the one who hesitated, the one who played small to make others comfortable. That version of you? Dead weight. Cut it loose. Because greatness doesn't negotiate. It demands everything. Discipline over desire, focus over comfort, sacrifice over safety. Most people want the result, but they don't want the process. They want the glory, not the grind. But what they don't realize is, the grind is where the glory is born. Every early morning, every late night, every rep when your muscles are screaming, every no you say to distractions, every time you choose the harder path when the easy one is right in front of you, that's the process. And the process? It's sacred. It's where warriors are built, where champions are carved, where you go from average to exceptional. So don't just chase the dream. Dominate the path that leads to it. Because when it's all said and done and you look back at the fight, you won't remember the pain. You'll remember that you never gave up when it mattered. And that's how legends are made. Pain is the price of greatness, and it's a price that most people aren't willing to pay. You want transformation? You want a breakthrough? Then get comfortable with discomfort. Because pain isn't your enemy. It's your guide. It's the fire that forges your strength, the pressure that creates your diamond. Stop running from it. Run toward it. Because every ounce of pain you feel on the journey, that's a sign you're alive. That's a sign you're growing. That's proof you're not like the rest of them, the quitters, the talkers, the almosts. You're not almost. You're all in. The truth is, the pain won't kill you, but giving in to fear will. The pain is temporary, but the pride of pushing through, that lasts forever. That becomes your armor, your story, your legacy. Let the pain remind you that you're doing something real. Let it remind you that you're earning your greatness. Because no one gets to skip the suffering. No one gets to bypass the grind. The only difference between the elite and the average is who chooses to suffer now for something greater later. The pain of discipline is hard, but the pain of regret, that's unbearable. So next time you feel that burn in your lungs, that fire in your muscles, that voice in your head telling you to stop, don't retreat. Don't hesitate. Smile. Smile because you're in the zone where few ever tread. Smile because the old you is dying in this moment. Smile because you're building a version of yourself that most people wouldn't even recognize. You don't rise by avoiding pain. You rise by walking straight into it again and again until it becomes your fuel. This is your edge. Push past it. You're not just enduring the pain, you're mastering it. You think the world is your enemy? You think your boss, your past, your circumstances are the problem? No. The real battle is in your mind. Every day you wake up, you step onto a battlefield. Not with guns or bombs, but with thoughts, with doubts, with that little voice whispering, "You're not good enough, it's too hard, you can't make it." But here's the truth, you are not your thoughts. You are the commander of them. You want to win this war? Then learn to control what goes on between your ears. Master your mind or your mind will master you. How? By training it like a soldier. Every time it tells you to give up, you push harder. Every time it whispers fear, you answer with action. Every time it feeds you lies, you drown it in truth. I'm tired becomes I'm just getting started. I'm broken becomes I'm rebuilding. I'm afraid becomes I'm prepared. Because champions don't rise by accident. They rise by mental warfare. They rise by discipline, by intentional suffering, by sharpening their mind until it cuts through every excuse, every distraction, every weakness. And if you're waiting for motivation, you've already lost. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire. You don't rely on feelings. You rely on your mission, your why. You stay locked in, dialed in, even when it hurts, even when it's boring, even when no one's watching. Especially when no one's watching. Because that's the moment that separates the average from the elite. That's the invisible battle that decides your destiny. So stop feeding the weak wolf inside your head. Feed the savage. The one that gets up when it's still dark. The one that keeps going after failure. The one that looks in the mirror and says, "We don't quit here, we conquer." Master your mind. Own the war. And you'll own your life. This is it. The moment where average stops and greatness begins. You weren't born to settle. You weren't put on this earth to blend in, to clock in and out, to repeat the same safe patterns until you fade away. You were born to break limits. Every human being carries within them a spark, but very few ever turn that spark into a blaze. Why? Because most are afraid of the fire, afraid of the pain, the risk, the pressure that greatness demands. But not you. You've felt the pull, you've heard the inner roar, that deep, growling voice telling you there's more, that your story isn't supposed to be average, that your journey wasn't meant to end at the sidelines. This is your time. You've suffered? Good. Now turn that pain into power. You've failed? Good. Now use that failure as your foundation. You've been underestimated. Perfect. Now let the world choke on its doubts when you rise, stronger and louder than ever. Because your potential is not capped. Your limits are not real. They're self-imposed illusions, built by fear, doubt, and the lies of a comfortable society. But you weren't built for comfort. You were built for conquest. So what if the odds are against you? That's exactly where legends are born. That's where warriors sharpen their edge. When the world says you can't, your response must be louder, bolder. Watch me. This is your permission to go all in, to fight like hell for the life you dream of, to bleed for your purpose, to rise, fall, and rise again with fists clenched and a soul on fire. Because you're not done. You're just getting started. And when they ask what changed, when they see the beast you've become, you'll smile and say, "I stopped waiting for a miracle. I became one."